Hello, welcome to the daily political tarot readings here at the Black and Orange channel. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for joining me, joining us. We're here to, well, I'm here, and you guys are often here with me. Here every single day of the year to read on 12 political questions, starting some at 12 noon or just running a little late today, just because I was trying to organize the questions and put them in some kind of order, because there are so many Taliban questions, so many Afghanistan questions, that I was trying to figure out how to put them together. And anyway, so we've got that today, and I will be jumping into that here in just a minute. 10% of all income that comes into the channel goes to feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. That is an ongoing thing. Also, we have epic troll slayers, and thank you. You keep us safe. You keep us safe. All right. When I'm done here, I go down into the description box. The questions are already there, but I'll go in and timestamp them so that you can just go into what you're interested in or not, or what have you. So you don't have to listen to the whole thing. And I do that every day as well. Kristen from Uncover the News brings amazing headlines, and brought some amazing headlines today too. It really helps out. But Kristen was asking if I could do an overloaded Celtic cross. It's basically a Celtic cross reading, which is a particular layout of cards, but the way I do it, it has like twice as many cards as normal, and it just it's a lot. I don't think I'm going to do that just because I have so many questions on Afghanistan. So I will. I'm going to work my way through, and if it feels, if the energy starts kind of derailing, then we'll switch over. So Brenda saying hi, loving the Heron homage to the 70s, 80s. Yeah, we're right on that 70s, 80s edge right here. Not the cool like CBGB's 70s, 80s edge, but here we are. Electra says the design is making me dizzy. Oh gosh, I hope not. Cat Shepherd saying that my hair looks like John Deacon's circa 1974. Is that good? I hope. You saying I love my Morgan Greer. It's falling to pieces. I'm too afraid to use it. It needs a new one. Okay. So let me jump into first question. Oh, thank you, Dave. Fine. Most of us want to watch the entire time left the border. It's Sunshine Day. Oh, thank you. Catch Shepherd, yeah, they and Queen, they all had gorgeous hair. Oh, well, thank you. Good. Cover the News says news that the Pentagon is providing 2 more U.S. bases to house Afghans. Oh, goodness. Okay. So we're going to start with Cat Shepherds. It's questions are pretty much first come, first serve, and I do have my questions for today. Sorry, they're down in the description box. You can follow along if you'd like. So I start taking them just before I go on, and I just go down and there's sometimes I'll decide not to read on something, but I'll usually explain why. But it is never anything personal. I'm not mad at anybody. I'm not. It's not like, oh, I'm not going to answer a question by so-and-so, or I like this person better than that person. No, they're all down there. So we're going to start at 5 minutes in today with will an all-woman shadow government rise in Afghanistan in response to the Taliban? All-woman shadow government. Afghanistan. Okay. So let's start there. Renier says, I just have to hear Afghanistan and I get major chills. It's distressing. The energy is awful. Ellie posted my questions. Oh, I'm so sorry. Nothing was cut off. I don't know. I don't think I got any of your questions though, of the 12. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I don't see any. Sorry about that. All right. All right, we're going to Afghanistan. Will an all-woman shadow government arise? Eight of Cups. 5 of Pentacles. High Priestess. 6 of Wands. They will have not a shadow government. There will be a certain working behind the scenes, trying to keep things together, trying to protect other women, but they don't have the resources. They don't have, and the Taliban are so brutal and so in your face and so cruel. I heard, oh, I'm sorry, sweetheart. Did I scare you? I was just taking a tissue. I was just getting a tissue. You're fine. Sorry, Boo Boo was sleeping. After the reference to Queen, I'm actually I get really self-conscious about my hair. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I heard someone say that the Taliban in the 90s wouldn't even recognize the Taliban today, about how awful they are. They're better armed, and they are much more cruel. Okay. Making a note here. Well, some news stuff is coming up, and so I just kind of threw things out of whack. Russian influence on this. Holly Coleman is saying, I took a look at Afghan's chart to see what's happening. Uranus is directly opposite their ascendant as I type. Okay, so that whole opposite what they project, but also at home, it's bolt out of the blue. Deba saying, I'm getting suspicious about Russia's hand in this. Kashmir is suggesting the Taliban works for Putin. Kristen from Uncover the News has news that the Taliban confirmed they're guarding the Russian embassy and Russian officials. Understandably, Pamela is asking, who are they guarding the embassies from? Pamela thinks the Russians have something to do with this. Yep, there. Wondering Eyes is wondering the same thing. Oh, thank you, Melissa. Thank you. Oh boy. Okay, so we're looking at Russia. Russia's involvement in Afghanistan. Is Russia behind this? Knight of Cups. Well, that's America. Let's see here. Eight of Cups. Five of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. Judgment. Knight of Swords. Yeah. Yeah, they're it feels like they're kind of sneaking in the back to give the US started pulling out. The Taliban doesn't have, on their own, they don't have the resources they would really need. They're getting from the Russians. That's what it feels like. Now I'm reading on the collective energy. It's not 100% accurate, never is, but that's what this feels like. Because Putin's a monster. And just in case anybody hadn't was wondering, any possibility anybody had wanted to had any questions about that. Is Russia behind this? Did they have a hand in this? Yes. That's what it's saying. Okay, so next we're going on to Kristen had breaking news that President Biden is ordering 1,000 paratroopers from the 82nd Airborne to Kabul. 7,000 U.S. troops will be on the ground in Afghanistan soon. It's what I was picking up yesterday. No, I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I'm not like I'm psychic Roswelda who knows all. No, but I was picking up yesterday very strongly that there was a force. U.S. forces were going back in. So that doesn't surprise me. But how much U.S. involvement? How deep is the U.S. involvement going to be going forward? Involvement going forward. Okay. How big is the U.S. involvement going forward? I'm for what it's worth, and I sound like a nut whenever I talk about guides, but I do feel that I believe we do actually have them, and it feels like I'm getting a sense from my guides of take a deep breath, calm down. I'm getting a this too shall pass kind of vibe. So, what is U.S. involvement going to be like going forward? Page of Wands. It's the messenger. Let's see what that refers to. Two of Pentacles. Wheel of Fortune. Empress. Two of Swords. Ace of Pentacles. Well, that's the U.S. We're not going to be disappearing out of there. It was a very convoluted withdrawal. That feels, usually this is a card of decisions, but decision to have a relatively small force-ish, but it's money. There's something about a lot of money. Perhaps going to anyone standing up to the Taliban, or I still, yesterday I was getting this, today I'm getting it just as strongly. It's something about refugees, refugee camps, most of the refugee camps are over in Iran and all these other places, but it's something like an underground railroad. Refugees, there's something there significant. And we're not. This is not the end of the U.S. involvement in Afghanistan. I do think Biden is none too pleased. I think he was given bad advice about how it'll be fine, and it wasn't. And he's being blamed. There's a lot of blame to go around, but I honestly don't feel like he. Wow, I'm doing a read on Biden. He's not angry like you made me look bad. He really doesn't care about that, other than the sense of let me 17. I'm going to do a lot of readings today, so Biden. Let's do a reading here on Biden. Oh, what did Nancy do? I'm glad you're back, Rudy. Biden. So, look, I realize I'm a Democrat, so someone can say I'm biased, but with Biden, it really does feel like, first of all, he's really mad. He was given bad information, but he isn't angry because it makes him look bad. He's angry because there are so many people suffering, so many people in danger, scrambling to try to save lives. All those people suffering, and he is furious. He is furious. I'm just hearing swear words. It's like Wheel of Fortune card. What does that mean? I'm just hearing swear words. Ace of Swords. Seven of Cups. Seven of Swords, Queen of Wands, Ace of Cups. Got two aces on either end of this. He's angry. This is just underhanded. Bad information, underhanded actions, planning. He was given smoke and mirrors. He was given a pack of lies about the military, what would happen militarily. Everything was just swept up very quickly. Stolen quickly, if you think about it. The right's going to they're going to say what they want, but that isn't what this feels like. This card feels more like he's focused on those people in Afghanistan, especially the women, trying to get translators and their families out, trying to stabilize anything save lives. And then this is a crisis situation, but it also feels relatively temporary. Do you know what I mean? I mean, this is going to shake out one way or the other. And then it becomes a part of the tapestry of the Biden administration. Brenda C is saying Biden is a good man. I'll be honest, I think he is too. I'm not saying he's perfect. Mims is asking, was the bad advice given to Biden by someone in our military leadership? Uh, 21. Was bad advice given to Biden? Was he set up? Were any Trump stooges involved? Just curious. Let's have a look at that bad advice. Bad advice that was given to Biden that led to this debacle. Brenda's saying Biden has a good heart and will prevail. I don't doubt that. I don't. No, I mean I don't support him any less, but it doesn't feel like he's going to lose a ton of support over this anyway. But was Biden given bad? Is Biden set up? I mean, was he given bad advice? Was it just arrogance and stupidity, or? I mean, we think we got the Trump stooges out of the Pentagon, but Linda's saying Biden wanted out 10 years ago. Well, I understand that, but it's how they got out, how they sorted it out. Yeah, that was, the Taliban just went whoosh. Ten of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, Judgment, Justice, Three of Cups. I'm not a conspiracy theory person. I don't like conspiracy theories. But there's something here. These are the Republican, this is the Republican dynasty, the Trump dynasty that ended and Biden came in the beginning of his administration. You get Pentacles for Republicans, Cups for Democrats. Judgment is in the center. But there's a Justice card here that leads to happier Democrats. And that feels like justice against maybe a couple of people. Is it possible that was Biden manipulated by hardline Republicans or Trump holdouts? Was Biden manipulated? 3 cards. Pamela's saying 3 years ago I met a man in his 40s. He had made 8 tours of duty to Afghanistan and Iraq. 8. That wasn't happening during Vietnam. The emperor. Was the emperor manipulated? Communication? No. Okay. They didn't have, they weren't, it wasn't a complete manipulation. No, they didn't have the position of power to do something on that level, but they've definitely been trying to get things stirred up to get their message out against Biden, but they didn't have that power. Okay, so it wasn't a complete setup, or he wasn't misled by Trump stooges. Okay, so I've got those questions answered. Let's read on. Is it Baradar? Am I pronouncing that correctly? 2630. The new Afghan president. Baradar? Have a look. Oh, I've misspelled this somehow. No. Copy. Paste. Abdul Ghani Baradar, co-founder of the Taliban in Afghanistan. It's 53. So, yeah, it's here. Let me show you. Oh, this is him. Over here in the corner. So pretty much what you'd expect. And Mike Pompeo met with the Taliban in September 2020. Yeah. Albus Pompeo. There you go. Let me see. If we go back. He was born in 1968, but there's no birth date. Okay, so anyway, that's him. The new Afghan president, Baradar, should be an A. Baradar. Okay. Where are you? It's not surprising. He's a political animal, mover, shaker, conniving, trying to get a sense of what makes him different. Well, he 100% believes what he's saying. Fanatic, of course. It's just a very matter-of-factness about it. Let's see. What's going to happen to the new Afghan president, Baradar? Well, that's what's going to happen to him, or that's what he's brought. And we know that's what he's brought. 5 of Wands, 2 of Swords, 9 of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, 2 of... Really? Card for the reading is Death, which feels like it's that big in comparison to these other cards. But the cards themselves about him, they're minor arcana. I mean, you barely hit Queen of Pentacles. Other than that, it's just very small. I'm wondering if this person, this isn't, I'm starting to, okay, let's see. Is this going to be this great long-time leader in Afghanistan? Where, of course, 4 years from now, 5 years from now, you'll say his name and everybody will know who that is. And Chariot, again, big movement, big, the way that the Taliban just blew through big parts of Afghanistan to take over. Wheel of Fortune, 8 of Wands, Hierophant, 3 of Swords, Ace of Swords. It's going to look like, yes, head of the establishment, the institutions. It was fated. Then they blew through. They got this. That he's there, but then there's this heartache and this. This government is not stable. There's some this Afghanistani, this new Taliban government. I'm getting cards of it's not going to be stable. 33. Future of Afghanistan government. Let me take this, just a sip of my drink here. Future of the Afghanistan's government. Feels very shaky. Feels very shaky. I don't know why. Ten of Cups. Michael's saying, let's hope the Taliban get spoiled with air conditioning. And they all got addicted to McDonald's. 2 years and will settle down, I hope. Holly Coleman's, has astrological information about Afghanistan. August 14th, 1747, Leo Sun, Scorpio rising, Sagittarius moon. Their sun is conjunct their midheaven in Leo. Their Pluto and Mars are joined together in Scorpio in the first house. Okay, that's where you're going to get the militancy. Pluto and Mars are together. They can be absolutely brutal. And then you put it in Scorpio, which Pluto rules, which is that intense, fixed, emotional sign. Yeeks. Future of the Afghan government. Institution, judgment, Ace of Swords, Three of Swords, Sun. Katie, wait, whose midheaven is in Leo? I thought it was Afghanistan. It's going to sound weird. For their long term, for things going forward long term, I wonder if climate change is going to somehow start kicking in here. They established their government, the Taliban established the government. There's the cruelty, I'm not even going into the details, ruling by the sword, by the cruelty. But it's almost like the swords are turned back on them in some way, and I've got the sun here. And I was getting that feeling before, too. How is climate change affecting Afghanistan? I know it may seem irrelevant, but I feel like I need to read on this. Climate change and Afghanistan. Charlie's also suggesting COVID, and we can look at that too. Let's start with climate change in Afghanistan. I mean, if we're having fires and droughts and whatnot, apparently the largest known, correct me if I'm wrong, but the largest known wildfire in human history is happening in Siberia right now. Brenda, water shortage. Four of Swords. I'm getting wasteland energy. I'm getting serious wasteland energy. Like, oh, you want to be the king of that? Okay. That it was a history in the past of the warriors and the fighting, and the people left there are telling their children, like hearing stories and saying, wow, that they were great warriors, and here we are trying to collect dew and trying to collect. It's like moisture farms on, in Dune. Tower, Empress, Hermit, Six of Swords, going elsewhere because there's not enough water. Page of Pentacles, greenery being this luxury. Whatever bounty there, just lightning and floating lotus. Welcome to Arrakis. Yes. Yes. Is this going to... Will it happen quickly? As in the next... Is this going to be within the next, 5 years? I mean, is there something... is this going to have a huge political impact in the relatively short term? Climate change going to have a big political impact in Afghanistan in the relative short term. Again, tower, lightning, fires. Two of Swords. There's Chad, the Hanged Man. Three of Swords, Magician, Hermit. Increasing decisions that have to be made to suspend electricity, water, suspending all kinds of stuff. You've got not only the cruelty, the warfare, the weapons, and even when they try to stand up and say, I'm the ruler here, I'm still getting pulled back to, I don't know what happened to it, the Six of Swords, the moving. It's like, okay, yay, you are king of the hill. And it's a relatively lonely place. So, we'll have to see. So let's have a look at COVID in Afghanistan. The right in the US, they're going to pounce on this and make all kinds of ridiculous statements. All kinds of ridiculous statements. It did try to ignore them, seriously. Biden must be impeached. Please. Ugh. 4330. There's a pandemic going on. So, how does the pandemic affect the situation in Afghanistan? I did not need that. Not need that mental image of children. Judgment. Bad judgment. Queen of Wands, Nine of Wands, Knight of Swords, Ten of Swords, Emperor. I'm getting this king figure of Afghanistan. The leaders, we're the emperors, we're the ruler of multiple tribes and kingdoms and all of this, and we are all that, and we beat our enemies. Yeah. It's you're king of the hill, but it's just a hill. And it's small and weak, and I'm just saying the leaders want a world caliphate. Page of Cups, that's that new generation that got a taste of a different life. King of Swords, King of Pentacles. Yes, we will be great military leaders. We will be rich beyond question. Decisions made. Queen of Pentacles. You join us and you will have women, and that's the plan. They're in there for a while. But the victory, and going forward, it gets even worse. So, for what it's worth, the problem is there are going to be a lot of people suffering. Okay, there was a question about an underground railroad situation. That's what I was picking up on yesterday. We are at 47. Underground railway type situation. Yeah, Afghanistan, I'm getting, welcome to Arrakis, exactly. Doom, desert planet. Yeah. Underground railway type situation in Afghanistan. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And because we have these poor military people who have had 8 tours, we have a lot of Americans who know their way around, who speak the language, who know their way around, who can underground railroad. That's the card of an underground railroad type situation. Michael Grant, Worms and Spice. Who runs the Spacing Guild? Bezos? I needed that. Thank you, Michael. I needed that. So we're looking at kind of an underground railroad situation. Okay, I've got a 4 of Swords, 9 of Cups, Ace of Swords, 5 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles. Looking like there's nothing going on, but in fact, having things set up to get people through. People who are in a bad, dire situation who would otherwise die, ending up in the U.S. or in other countries being in a much better situation. Small numbers of arms and people. Yeah, there's absolutely going to be an underground railroad situation. Absolutely. Okay. Uncover the news. For some reason, I have a feeling that this was a setup to fail situation. Trump had negotiated release of 5,000 Taliban in exchange for 3 months ceasefire. 50. How much of this mess is Trump's. How much of this mess is Trump's? Thank you for being here. Oh, I agree, Sherry. How much of this mess is Trump's? Oh, Trump is walking around like a rooster, proud rooster today. He loves the idea of Biden looking bad or having a misstep. But the thing is Biden looking bad. But Trump cannot comprehend that Biden doesn't feel about the situation the way that Trump does, because Trump is a narcissist. Everything is an extension of him. So of course Biden will be humiliated. Biden doesn't feel humiliated. He's more concerned with people. Oh, thank you, Floating Lotus. Really appreciate it. How much of this mess is on Trump's hands? Ace of Swords. Well, wasn't he behind the negotiations between the U.S. and the Taliban that didn't include the Afghan government itself? Hello. Nine of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, King of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, Death card. Well, there's Biden in the center. Trump is just trying to make money. I don't know how. There's some Kushner energy here too. That's never pleasant. Beginning of the Biden administration. Trump still thinking he's all that. And his death. Part of it. There's blame to go around. There's blame to go around. That's what I'm getting there. We can't just say it was Trump. We can't just say it was Biden. We can't just say it was anybody, one particular person. So that's what I'm getting there. Okay. All right. Apparently, the UK defense minister has blamed Trump's peace plan for the Taliban retaking Afghanistan. He said it was a rotten deal. Thank you, UK. Appreciate that. But anyway. Okay, so Janelle is saying the GOP is trying to cover Trump's actions up. Is it going to work? 54. Cover up Trump's actions, responsibility, whatnot. Yes, Trump did, MJWS, Trump did try to have the Taliban come to Camp David. So Republicans, are they going to be successful in whitewashing this so that Trump is the great leader? Oh my gosh, Trump! He's so proud of me. I've got the rooster. It's like he's walking back and forth on chicken legs, just happy today because Biden is humiliated. It's ridiculous. Republicans. Oh, it's Christmas. It's Christmas in August as far as the Republicans are concerned. They don't have to talk about their own failings. They don't have to talk about, they don't have to answer for things Trump is doing. They can attack Biden. They can, it's Christmas. Stuff about January 6th isn't in the news. Death card. If it bleeds, it leads. Death card, 3 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords, Fool, and Hierophant. Oh, totally. It's all Biden's fault. It's his planning. It's because the Republicans would have done so much better. And the institutions being led by a fool and all of, oh my gosh, they're just, yes, they are pig in slop. They are. RCN saying if it's Christmas, the presents they should be getting are warrants. And I agree with you 100%. All right, we've got a couple of other things to look at here. I've done 12 questions, but I'm just going to keep going. Let's read on some other stuff. Holly Wanda had a question right here. Where are we? We were at 57. Are we about to enter the era of trials? Era of trials. Trump, Gaetz, Kushner, Rudy, Barrack, Barr, Maxwell, Prince Andrew, January 6th, and so much more. Will trials become the American pastime? Will we all weigh 600 pounds from all the popcorn we're eating? The age of trials. Are we entering the age of trials? Entering the age of trials. Trump, Gaetz. Oh, I was reading about Gaetz this morning. There's a Vanity Fair article. Have you guys seen it? About the stuff Greenberg's been turning over. High Priestess. Secrets. Secret, deep, dark, nasty. Oh, stuff behind that curtain is vile. Energetically, it's like charred lump, a big charred lump of blackness. Ugh. 8 of Wands, 2 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles, 6 of Swords, 2 of Swords. Sorry, the car outside is disturbing the kitty. You're okay, sweetie. Did you just stall your car? Anyway. Anne Pham Cook says, I so have to distance empath self for all of this stuff going on, put a bubble around it. Oh yeah. It's awful. But era of trials, there's so much that they did, and then people will be making deals. And it's possible all of these things take form. These are people turning on each other, but it's not like to each. It's not like the Wands card where they're fighting. They're like face to face, pointing fingers. No, this is separately. Oh, if I give you information on this person, then you'll go easy on me, right? And that person's going to give information on this person, and so they'll go easy on. So it's all separate. So some people go to prison. Some people might get an easier time of it. We're entering this whole legal negotiations era. Who can flip on whom? It's going to be like Olympic gymnasts for flipping. Oh, making me hungry. Alicia's saying cheese nachos for me, no popcorn. Oh, man. Major trials. So is it going to start soon? Knight of Cups. Democrats protecting the realm. So probably to do with January 6th stuff. Knight of Swords, aggressive law enforcement. That's the card I was thinking about. Five of Wands, arguing more moderate Republicans trying to take a step off to the side, like, I'm not with them. Good luck. Yeah. So is it coming soon? Yes and no. Mandy's saying, I used to love to do flips. Oh my gosh, I've never done a flip in my life. Good for you. Good for you. Angie's dad is saying it's going to be Let's Make a Deal, legal edition. Yes. Oh, Deborah has homemade cherry pie. Wow. Okay, what else have we got here? Taylor Greene. She's got three things about her here. Well, related, so let's go look at Marjorie Traitor Greene. So, oh no, it's only two. I just had a double. There we go. Kristen was saying, where are we? We're at 102. So this is Monday. 102. Marjorie Traitor Greene. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene says she's ready to impeach Joe Biden over Afghanistan. Janelle is asking, will MTG complete her term in Congress? Let's have a look. Oh, she's so vile. She's so vile. It's hard to even express how vile this woman is. Cat Cow saying MTG isn't worth the effort. Yeah, but she has a following. She gets airtime. And she keeps the crazies riled up. So we have to keep an eye on it. Taylor Greene. Finish out your time in Congress. Didn't she actually try to bring forth, when she first got there, didn't she have paperwork to try to impeach Joe Biden? Something stupid like that. Tower. Well, she's a gadfly. Let's see what that tower refers to. Marjorie Taylor Greene. We finish out your time. For in Congress, 4 of Cups, 9 of Swords, 10 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. I know, doesn't she, she's in like the rubiest of ruby red districts, isn't she? Because this card for the reading, plus, I mean, she's made her name absolute refusal to work with the Democrats in any way, shape, or form. She has her own legal worries. But this, going forward, she doesn't have enough support. And the Queen of Cups here, plus the Tower, plus happy Democratic families in the center, makes me think, is she going to be replaced by a Democrat? That doesn't seem possible. Then again, anyone would be a Democrat in comparison. You know what I mean? But I wonder, because she just isn't, going forward, she just does not have the support. Very interesting. SAS78 is saying at 3:45 Eastern, so 2:45 Central, Biden will give a speech on the rapid fall of the Afghan government. Bless. Pamela's saying, well, she does not live in the district she represents. Oh, jeez. Oh, boy. I won't miss her when she's out of office. I don't want any violence to befall her. I don't want her to get sick or anything like that. I just would like her to be removed from office. Okay, thanks. Kim had a question about Ron Death-santis. Well, Kim, your question is what I'm here for. Ron Death-santis. And by the way, if I ever sound like I'm being sarcastic to you guys about anything or flippant or rolling my eyes, it is not at you. It is at these people that I'm reading on. Seriously. Linda's saying her private life is falling apart. Really? I thought she and her husband had an open kind of thing going, and are they? I don't know what the latest scoop on her is, but anyway, we're looking at Ron Death-santis. Is Ron Death-santis going to keep on keeping on? Is he just going to keep on doing what he's doing? Reminds me of a tweet I saw, a response to a tweet. Trump managed through something else to tweet something about this mess in Afghanistan or whatever else, and but he was tweeting about basically, I'm sure you miss me now. I'm sure you miss me now. Don't you miss me now? Something along those lines. And the response that really stuck out to me was someone had just put 600,000 Americans couldn't be reached for comment. Chariot. He would have to have a change of heart now in a big way and then put it all into action to make a difference. And what are the chances that's going to happen? Lovers. This is the cult. King of Cups. Page of Swords. Nine of Wands. Ace of Wands. Yep, he's going to keep on keeping on. Doesn't matter how much damage is done, how much pain there is. Nope, just keep on keeping on. Just beating that scientifically inaccurate, cruel dead horse. This is a cult. And he's trying to say that the whole mask wearing, vaccine mask, all that, it's a cult. He alone, the bully, can have the answer, even though this is just a page. It's like, this is actual medical care. It's king. You are a page who thinks you're 100 feet tall. I know who I would trust. But no, it doesn't matter how much damage is done. He's just going to keep on keeping on. Because he's that awful. Wow. You're going to just pull. Hold, please. What you do, coming back to you. Far right things that they send out will come back to them. I was going to pull 3 cards, but really, that's the card. All right. And lastly, today there was a question. Elizabeth had a question about the fires in British Columbia. Will the fires in 110? Will the fires in British Columbia be brought under control? Fires in British Columbia. Can sing It's So Sad. Oh yeah. Fires in British Columbia brought under control. Jeez. The cards don't want to shuffle. And I'm getting this horrible sense that, yeah, the fires will probably stop once there's enough snow on the ground. The cards just don't want to work. They're stuck. British Columbia fires. No, see, it's all coming apart. It's not, this is not good. Temperance, that's what we want. That's what we want. We want temperance. Please pray for temperance. 9 of Cups, Hierophant, 2 of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, Lovers. There's an institutional will to fight the fires. There are crews who are able to fight fires, but this is happening worldwide. This is happening all over. And this is slight new growth. There's not enough new growth. It's just talking about climate change. They'll continue to fight it. But these fires are going to continue until we start reversing climate change. High Priestess, higher wisdom. Also, some of these things start and it's a huge fire before anybody even realizes, is around to realize in more remote areas what's happened. Wheel of Fortune, Lovers again. Snow on the ground. I'm so sorry. I'm not getting nice things. They can try to save lives. There's institutional will in the people to make a difference, to make things better. But this is a real problem. And it's all over. We have to change climate change. We have to stop climate change. We have to reverse it. We have to change it. We have to. So that's what I'm sorry. I'm ending on kind of a negative note here. I covered 17 questions today. Yeah, 17 questions today. I think that's a record. Tired, but it was worth it. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate all your great questions. And I hope the rest of your day goes well. I think I need the kitty. Huh? Mm-hmm. Oh, you are just a cutie. Oh, you are just a cutie. Oh, look at that cuteness. Look at that little cuteness in those little paws. Look at the baby boo. Oh, look at the baby boo. You're so good. You're so good. Precious. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Do you want to hear? Oh, good kitten. All right. Well, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will be back tomorrow. Hang in there. I'll be over on the Book Art Media channel to do creative sprints at 4 o'clock. And of course, I'll be back here tomorrow because I'm here 365 days of the year. All right. Thank you for everything. There are good days ahead. I know sometimes it doesn't seem like it, but there are. Hang in there. I'll see you tomorrow.